girls, you tell me what to write.
1.9.
Wait!
9.2.
10 tenths is what?
0.9.
1.
9, 80, 40,
Wait, I can't write that fast. Okay.
58.2, 0.09, 0.1.
Okay. Thomas? Did you not hear me? You're to tell me what to write.
Oh, wait. 0.9, 0.97, 1, 9.7, 10, 80, 84.17, 59.46.
How do you say that number?
59 and 4600.
Very good. Okay. So if you were absent from school last week, this is something we did. Or if you're a little confused.
I'm a little confused.
Okay, so we'll see if we can get this right. 12 tenths divided by 3 equals what? 4 tenths. Okay. So what we did last week was we broke the 30 apart into 3 and 10. So we would say 12 tenths divided by
3 divided by 10.
Good. This is just review. Now we already know 12 tenths divided by 3 is
0.4
good, or 4 tenths.
divided by 10. And the decimal top in that. So it'd be 0.400.
So 4 hundredths. Good. Okay. So that's what we're doing on this one. The next 8 divided by 4 is
2. Break the 40.
okay, so I feel like we want to challenge ourselves a little bit. What do you think the answer is to this problem?
0.2.
2 tenths? You think it's 2 tenths? Okay. Let's see if he's right.
Burn. I have the answers.
Okay. Is he right?
Yes.
He is.
I did that too.
You did that too. Okay, let's do the next one.
I did it wrong.
On. Do you need to get some ice for your hand? Did you
I
hurt
don't
it?
know. No, but it's just hurting and bothering me. It's weird.
Did you hurt it on the playground? No?
It's
Did
probably
you?
just like a burning sensation. Maybe he's growing.
Yeah, what do you think, Jesse?
Yeah. Growing pains.
Okay. All right, take a look at this. How would you solve this 96 tenths? What would you do in your mind?
6 divided by 3 and then 3 divided by
You're right. 6 divided by 3, but let's think. Thomas, that's enough. 6 tenths divided by 3, right? So what would that be?
2.
2 what?
Tenths.
2 tenths. 9 ones divided by 3. Good. So what do you think the answer to this one is? 32 hundredths?
Oh, 3200.
Let's see. You're getting pretty good at this. Is that the answer?
I wish we could just write the answers. Like, what?
Okay, please stop tapping. You know how many times I've had to talk to you about behavior in this recording?
Yes.
Too many. I guess we could do it again after school.
Yeah.
And get it right. Okay, then stop. So 45 hundredths divided by 5.
Yeah.
Tell me the answer in unit form. 9 hundredths. Okay, so what do you think the answer is to this one? 9 thousandths. Okay. Let's see if you're right. Okay, so if I do the decimal hop on this, we got it right, didn't we?
Yep.
Okay, let's keep going. So this is like Thursday and Friday. Hello? Is there anybody underneath that hair? Okay. So this is Thursday and Friday. First thing I need to do is think of this 15 and 4/10 as 154 what? Tenths. So go ahead and write that down. Okay. Now I'm going to estimate. So round 32 to
30 linears.
30. What could I make 154?
150.
150. Now I've got to put the decimal back in. So it's 150 tenths. So what number is it?
15.
15. So 15 divided by 3 divided by 10. What's 15 divided by 3? 5 divided by 10. Now, I'm going to use someone as an example. Blair said, oh, the answer's 2, Mrs. Lewis. What did Blair accidentally do in his head when he made that mistake?
5 divided by 10.
He did 10 divided by 5, right? When I do 5 divided by 10, it's a decimal high. Okay? So be careful. Don't accidentally turn it around and divide it backwards, okay? Okay, so the next one. 298 what?
Tenths.
Tenths. Okay, 31 rounds to
30.
And let's not make that 300. Let's make it less than 27. Okay, so 270 tenths would be what number?
27.
27. 27 divided by 3 divided by 10. Okay, what's 27? Michael, what's 27 divided by 3? 3 times something equals 27. Jose, help him. 3 times something equals 27.
9.
9. So this is 9 divided by 10. So my answer is, good, 9 tenths. All right, let's do the next one. Are you already done with it? 253 what?
Tenths.
Look at it again.
Hundreds.
Okay, and it's hundredths, right?
Yes.
So THS. So 43 rounds to
40.
40. Make sure you're writing everything down. This isn't optional. Okay, 253.
240. But it won't work.
240. Would 240 work?
Yes.
Okay,
The zero.
so 240 hundredths is what number?
2.4.
2.4, 24 tenths. Okay. Divided by 4, divided by 10. Does it seem easier than I did last week? I'm sorry. Okay, so 24 divided by 4.
6.
6. 6 what? 6 1.
tenths.
6, good. 6 tenths. Divided by 10.
So you're just 600.
Good.
600.
So the hardest part of this, to me, is figuring out this first number. You agree? Okay. All right, let's take a look at today's lesson. Now, when I made yours, I really want to combine the first two problems. So, problem 2, okay, I'm going to write on the other page. So we're going to do them all on the same page. So help me remember this, 456 divided by 16, okay? So I'm just going to put it over here and change that to solve. Okay? That makes sense? So that's what I want you to do. Divided by 32. I made a mistake when I made this, and these really need to be on the same page so we can compare them. Okay, so basically what that means is we'll skip the next problem because we're doing it on in this box. Okay? So let's take a look at it. And over here on estimate, I'm just going to make a T-chart. That way I can keep track of my skip counting and stuff. Okay? So What would you round 32 to?
30.
30.
T-chart.
You need to go to 240. Because you're going to need it.
I just
Okay.
there. Me too.
So, once you get your skip counting done, what's the next step here?
Box it.
Right, decide what you're going to divide into to start with.
90.
Okay, now do you think 3 times 32 will work?
No.
No. So we'll try 32 times 2, right?
Yeah.
So I got 64. Okay, so we'll write what above the 0?
2.
And below the 90, what do I write?
64.
Okay. 9 becomes 8. Good. So I have 10 minus 4, 6, and 8 minus 6.
2.
Now before I bring down the 4, let's check. Will another group of 32 fit into there?
Yeah.
No. So we're good. Bring down the 4. 264.
240.
Yep. That is 32 times 8. So 32 times 8. Go ahead and write that down and solve it. What'd you get, Daniel? 256?
256.
Okay. Well, I knew he was looking up here to check his because right when I looked back, he looked up from his work. So I figured, oh, he's probably going to check it. So when I subtract this, what's my answer? Okay, so 28 remainder 8. Okay, now let's do the next one.
Are we gonna?
Am I going, no, we're not going to check it. That's why I crossed off check, because I want to do this differently than I planned, okay?
Done.
All right, so 28 remainder 8. Let's count by what for 16? 20. It doesn't matter, 15 or 20. What do you want to do?
20.
20. Okay. 2, 4. I don't remember where I need to stop, so I'm just gonna. Are you going home? So. Okay, so where would you chunk this number here?
45.
Whoops. Guess I'm not on pin, am I?
45.
Okay, so how many 16s do you think will fit into 45? 2. So 16 times 2, I'm going to write here. I already know the answer, but I'm going to write it anyway. Okay? So you've got a 2. And be very careful. Make sure you put the 2 above the 5. When you subtract, what do you get? 13. Can I make another group of 16?
No.
No.
Bring down the
Bring down the 6. Now look over here.
120.
120. How many is that?
6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't think it's big enough.
120 is big. No. Yeah, it's big enough. I think it's 8 times 6. It's big enough.
You think it's 16 times 8?
Yep.
Okay, we're going to try 16 times 6. That's only 96.
16 times 8.
How many more 16s do you think you can fit in there?
2.
2. So let's try what Thomas said. 16 times 8.
Equals
128.
128.
Okay, that's closer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so 128. What do I get? Okay. So if I ask you a question, which quotient is larger? What would your answer be?
Equal.
They're equal. They look equal right now, but guess what? They're not.
What?
So just for a minute, I want you to consider
Yeah,
something.
they're not.
How could I figure out which one is larger?
Oh, multiplying them.
No, that's just going to give me the same.
Dividing.
Dividing? Lexi, what do you think?
Oh yeah, dividing.
Okay, well, you got to be more specific because we just did division, didn't we? What?
Divide 904 divided by 456.
Nope. Do you want me to give you a hint?
Yes.
Hayden figured it out without a hint. He went through everything he could think of because I said, we already know the answer to this. We did it earlier in the year. So he went through, does McDonald's serve cheeseburgers? He went through, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. None of those were it. And then all of a sudden he said, I know. I know what to do. Do you know what to do?
No.
Divide 128. What? 28 divided by 904.
Okay, I'm going to show you then. Well, let me erase my remainder. Okay, are you ready?
28 times 8. Oh.
Remember this from the old days?
No.
You can add a 0 on the end of any number you want to, can't you? It's already a 0. So it doesn't change the value of it at all. So this is how I'm going to solve it. Get busy. You help me. So before I could add the 0 on the end though, what did I have to put on there?
A decimal.
A decimal. It's very important. Otherwise, you don't want to change this to 9,040, do you?
No.
You have to keep it at 904. So you have to put the decimal there, okay? This 0 doesn't change the value at all.
What did I
How many groups of 32 can I make out of 80? Two. We already know that's 64 because we did it earlier, didn't we?
Yes.
So that gives me, what?
16.
16. All right, well, I'm still not done. What do you think I need to do now? Add another 0 on the end. It doesn't change the value at all.
Yep, there's your answer.
Okay, so 32 times, what do you think?
160. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's half of a 32.
32
Five.
times what?
5.
5, thank you. Sure enough. So now I have an answer that's exact without a remainder. And what's my answer now? 28 and 25 hundredths, okay? Or 28 and 1/4. Because 25 is 1/4 of a dollar, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and write that up there. Because sometimes it's easier to understand fractions than it is decimals, okay? All right, so what do you think we're going to do on this one then? Same thing. So the first thing, you don't want to change the value of it, so you have to put the decimal on there. It's already there, we just didn't write it. And is this already a 0?
Yes.
Yes. They're called trailing zeros, aren't they?
It's the same thing as 80.
Okay, so 16 times,
10.
I feel like I want to try a 5. What do you think?
Yes.
So 16 times 5,
80.
sure enough. So do you see this? 16 times 5.
Wait, so that one's bigger?
Well, I don't know which one's bigger.
That one.
So 28 and 5/10, or how would I say that as a fraction?
28 and
28 and a half. Okay. So which one's larger? A half or a fourth?
half.
Definitely. Okay. Now, real quick, before we go any further, I want to show you something. Am I recording now?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. So, if you're watching the recording, zoom ahead to remainder of 9 so far, right? Okay, bring down, and this really means 93/10. You see that? Even though we're not bringing that decimal down with us, it's 93/10. So do you think I can fit 3 in or 2?
2.
Okay, I'm going to try 2. There should not be any conversation going on between you. What'd you get?
78.
Where do I write the 2?
Above the 3.
Above the 3. Good. Okay. So, do I need to regroup here?
Yes.
13 minus 8
18.
and 8 minus 7.
Carrier 16.
Okay, so now I bring down 6.
And then 5.
Well, should we try a 4?
Yes. Wait. But that
Equals
why would
one.
that's higher.
6.
I know, but it's only higher by a few. You want to try a 3?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Thomas, I am not impressed. This is what I said earlier in the day. If you're doing something that keeps someone else from listening to me, that is not good. You might not think you need to listen, but they probably do want to. Okay? So keep that in the back of your mind. If my talking's getting in the way of someone else hearing the teacher, I need to not do it. Okay? So this isn't high enough, is it? So what will I try?
4.
4. Oh, look at that. It is. Okay, so now I want to practice checking one of these. It's not going to be hard for you. What do I need to write down? 1 and 2400ths or 39 goes on top?
39 goes on top.
100.
Oh yeah, one was more dangerous.
Right. And I'm going to go ahead and underline my decimal place values. What place value are we working with?
Tenths.
Hundredths, okay? So this is 1 and 2400ths times 39. Okay, go ahead and do it and see if we get the same thing.
Don't.
Bruh.
Yeah, please don't say the answer. Okay, is Daniel able to work while you guys are sitting there talking? He's looking at you. So if I get this far and I forget to place the decimal in the product, it will be counted wrong. Because 4,836 is a lot different than 48 and 3600ths, okay? All right, let's skip over to the application problem so we have enough time. Okay. So basically this is like the first problem. You remember where we got 28, remainder 8 on both of those? I just asked you a question.
Yes.
Yes.
Remember the first problem? We got 28, remainder 8 on 2.
Yeah.
Okay, the same thing's going to happen here. And you have to decide which one's larger by using decimal quotients. So the first thing I want to do, 201 divided by 12 and 729 divided by 45. Now you're going to get, you just want me to tell you what you're going to get?
Yes.
16, remainder 9.
Thank you.
And that's not going to be the correct answer because it's going to have, both of them are going to be 16, remainder 9. Put your trapper on the floor. Okay. So that's not going to work. You have to solve these problems and you have to carry them out using decimal division. So what will you probably have to add?
A
the decimal and the 0. Okay, on the 12s, you could just look at the backboard, or you could write your 12s. So sure enough, I got 16 remainder 9. Did you?
I haven't done it.
Am I rushing you?
Yes.
Okay, I'll slow down a little bit.
I just got it.
But I already told you, it says to justify your answer using decimal quotients. So we have to keep going, don't we?
Yes.
What does it mean when I say we have to keep going? What are you going to do? What's your,
Add a 0.
okay. And really, the 0's already there.
Whoa.
Now I have remainder 6. So what do I do now?
Bring down the other 0.
Write another 0, bring it down. Am I done?
No.
It looks like I am.
Oh,
12 times what equals 60? 5. Okay. So that one is 16 and 75 hundredths. Yes?
Slow down just a little bit.
Okay, we'll stop right here. You get caught up
Like on
on
the
this.
next
Huh?
Like on the next problem.
Yes, I'll slow down. Okay, so raise your hand if you are ready to go on and do the next problem. Okay. So, Miley, what do you think we should skip count by on this one? I agree. And right here, what do you think?
I went to 100.
And you already know it's going to be 16, don't you?
yeah.
So go ahead and
Bring down.
get that far. So what number do I need to take times 6? 45. Do we need to know that? I'm really not very happy about it. Okay, so that's 16 remainder 9, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So our strategy is going to be the same as in the first problem. What are we going to write beside it? They're already there. We just put a 0. Let's put 1 at a time though. So 90. 45 times.
2.
Let's try that. Sure enough. So 16 remainder.
2.
Why did I put a 5 there?
I was gonna say.
Yeah, I was like.
I don't know. 16 and 2 tenths. So which one is larger?
The first problem.
The first problem, 75 hundredths is larger than 20 hundredths or 2 tenths. So now let's look at it if we would have done the fraction because I love it. So instead of 16 remainder 9, it would have been, I'm gonna write it up here, 16 and, oh gosh, and 9/12. That's probably 3/4. You know how I know that? Because 75 is 3/4 of a dollar, okay? But if I divide both of these by 3, it will be 3/4. So 16 and 3/4, okay? This one would have been 16 and 9/45. So that will be 16, and this is divided by 9, 1/5. So does that make sense? It's 20, 1/5 of a dollar.
Yes.
How many dimes does it take to make, or how many 20 cents does it take to make a dollar?
5.
Okay, so that's the lesson today. Tomorrow we'll do the problem.